What makes a watch worth more than a mansion, a fleet of supercars, or even a private jet? And what if I told you the most expensive watch ever sold wasn't made of platinum or covered in diamonds, but simple steel? This is the story of the Patek Philippe Grandmaster Chime, a one-of-a-kind masterpiece that didn't just sell for $31 million. It became a legend. This isn't just about telling time. It's about reaching the summit of human ingenuity, a piece of mechanical art so complex it borders on the mythical. To understand its staggering price, you have to understand the story of how it was born, why it's unlike any other watch on the planet, and the incredible moment it changed the world of watchmaking forever. Our story begins not in 2019 at the auction block, but years earlier, inside the revered halls of Patek Philippe. To celebrate its 175th anniversary in 2014, the brand decided to do something monumental. They weren't just going to release another beautiful watch. They were going to create their Everest. They set out to build the most complicated wristwatch they had ever conceived. The project was a massive undertaking, requiring over 100,000 hours of development and production work spread across 8 years. The result was the Grandmaster Chime. A dedicated team of Patek Philippe's finest engineers and master watchmakers were tasked with solving problems that had never been solved in a wristwatch before. The first Grandmaster chimes were a limited edition of 7 pieces, released in precious metals, each with a price tag of around $2.5 million. They were masterpieces, the very pinnacle of watchmaking. But even they were just a prelude. The stage was set, but the main character hadn't arrived yet, because Patek Philippe was about to do something they almost never do: take their most complicated creation and forge it from a material that would make it a true unicorn. So, what exactly makes this watch a mechanical Everest? It's not just one thing, it's 20. The Grandmaster Chime Ref 6 300A-010 packs 20 different functions, or complications, into its 47.7mm case. This makes it the most complicated wristwatch Patek Philippe has ever produced. Now, listing all 20 would take all day, but let's focus on the symphony of sound it creates. This watch doesn't just tell time, it sings it. It has a grande sonnerie, which automatically chimes the hours and quarter hours as they pass, like a grandfather clock on your wrist. It also has a petite sonnerie for quieter chiming, and a minute repeater, which chimes the exact time on demand. But that's just where it gets started. This watch contains 2 patented world firsts that put it in a class of its own. First, an alarm that doesn't just buzz. It strikes the pre-selected time with the same beautiful chimes used by the minute repeater. Second, and perhaps most astonishingly, is the date repeater. With the push of a button, this watch will acoustically chime out the current date. Imagine asking your watch for the date, and it sings it back to you in perfectly tuned notes. It's a level of mechanical poetry that's almost unbelievable. To manage all of this, the watch has not one, but 2 faces. It features a patented reversible case that unlocks, flips, and locks back into place with satisfying precision. On one side, you have a stunning salmon-colored dial dedicated to the time and chiming functions. Inscribed here, just for this piece, are the words, "The Only One." Flip it over, and you're greeted by a black ebony dial that displays an instantaneous perpetual calendar, complete with a 4-digit year display. This calendar knows the length of every month, accounts for leap years, and won't need an adjustment until the year 2010. It's a mechanical brain working in perfect harmony with a mechanical orchestra, all housed in a single, wearable object. With all this complexity, You'd expect the case to be crafted from platinum or white gold, like its predecessors. But this is where the story takes a sharp and incredibly valuable turn. The Grandmaster Chime Ref 6300A-010 was made from stainless steel. In the world of high-end watchmaking, and especially at Patek Philippe, this is an anomaly of the highest order. Patek almost never uses steel for its grand complications. Steel is seen as a utilitarian metal, reserved for their sportier models like the Nautilus or Aquanaut. Grand complications, the showpieces of their technical skill, are traditionally encased in noble metals to signify their importance. So why steel? Because this watch was created for a very special purpose. It was made exclusively for the 2019 edition of Only Watch, a biennial charity auction that raises money for research into Duchenne muscular dystrophy. For this event, the world's greatest watchmakers donate a unique, one-of-a-kind timepiece. By choosing steel, Patek Philippe wasn't devaluing their masterpiece. They were making it utterly unique. They created a paradox. A humble metal housing the most complex art. For elite collectors, this is the ultimate combination. The rarity of a steel grand complication from Patek Philippe is legendary. In the past, steel versions of other complicated Patek models have sold for multiples of their precious metal counterparts. A stainless steel Patek Philippe reference. 1518, for example, sold for over $11 million in 2016. So, by creating the only stainless steel Grandmaster chime in existence, Patek Philippe had crafted a horological unicorn, a watch so rare it was destined for legend before the first bid was even placed. The level of detail and rarity here is what drives the watch world. It's a combination of artistry, engineering, and storytelling. If you find this world as fascinating as I do and want to hear more stories about legendary collectibles, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. You won't want to miss what's coming next. November 9th, 2019. The Four Seasons Hotel des Bergues in Geneva. The room is packed, buzzing with an energy you could feel through the screen of the live stream. This is the main event of the Only Watch auction, presided over by Christie's. The Patek Philippe Grandmaster Chime Ref 6300A-010 is up for sale. The opening bid starts at 5 million Swiss francs. What happened next was auction drama at its finest. Bids started flying in from around the world. The price climbed rapidly past 10 million, then 15 million. It blew past the record for the most expensive wristwatch, held by Paul Newman's Rolex Daytona, at nearly $18 million. Then, it surpassed the all-time record for any watch, held by the Patek Philippe Henry Graves Super Complication pocket watch, which sold for $24 million. Gasps could be heard in the room with every new bid. The price climbed to 25 million, then 27, then 30 million Swiss francs. The bidding war lasted for what felt like an eternity, but was in reality an intense few minutes. Finally, the auctioneer's gavel came down with a sharp crack. Sold. For 31 million Swiss francs, about 31 million US dollars. The room erupted. A new world record had been set. A single wristwatch had sold for a price that defied all logic. And the most beautiful part? The entire jaw-dropping sum went to the Monaco Association Against Muscular Dystrophy to fund research into a cure for Duchenne. The sale didn't just make history, it provided an immense force for good.